What is going on, YouTube? It's been a minute. Been a minute since I've been posting. Been a minute since I've been doing anything. Started a new job, you know, the 9 to 5 grind, and just kind of got distracted with life. It's been quite a bit different with having kids. Lens looks a little dirty. Come on now. All right. I'm going to keep that in for you guys, just for you. But I don't know if I'm actually going to be posting this video today or doing it because I don't know if I have everything I need. What I mean by that is you can obviously see these gorgeous trash bags wrapped up here, essentially. I bought this stuff for the Subaru over a year ago. In fact, I've got more parts. I just remembered about that I need to go grab. This is all for the trunk, and I will show what you mean by it. It is like the, well, I'll open it up and kind of show you guys. Let's see if we have all the spots, but it's for the trunk. It's for the inside of the trunk of the Subaru. I don't know if I have everything I need. So that's why I don't know if I'll be posting today, because if I don't have everything I need, I'm basically going to open this, and I'll have to start this video later on. So let's open it and see how it looks. Okay, we got to be really careful with this stuff. Well, there that is. Could be a lot worse. There's that. Not too bad. It's like a cardboard bottom. I wasn't sure what it'd be, and you'll understand why I say that. It's got a little poo over here. But, yeah. I'm actually pretty okay with how that's looking. It's got a crease right here. Looks like it's intended for that. So, looking pretty good. So that's the trunk floor for this little girl. Let's go ahead and I'll put it over here like this. This one's nice because now I actually have this piece. This is trash. I'm gonna throw this away right now. Oh, nice. It even came with the Subaru tool bag thing. Actually, that's probably for the tow hook because the tool's in there. Put that in there like that. Okay, as I mentioned previously, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to film enough because I wasn't sure if I had all the pieces. And the pieces I wasn't sure about were these side pieces. I think I have everything now. So, if that's the case, although this carpet, it's kind of a darker, we'll see. I have everything I think I need, but we need to turn this guy around. And then I'll show you the trunk, show you why we're doing this. And yeah, so let me set the camera back up on the tripod, and then we'll go ahead and take a peek at the trunk here with the good lighting and see if we can install this. Obviously shouldn't take long, it's just a trunk. Although I do kind of want to clean that up, so I'm probably gonna get my extractor out. We'll be cleaning that, you'll see that as well, but gotta clean that. But yeah, let's turn this car around. Obviously a pretty good sounding Subi. Obviously one of my unbiased opinion of it. So So as you guys can see, I have quite a few more pieces for the trunk. I bought all this stuff. All in all, as far as cost goes, I think I'm around 250 bucks-ish for everything you see here. It's from junkyards and eBay. Now, something I'm noticing off the bat, which I'm gonna just kind of have to live with, because it's, in my opinion, not worth. It's not a show car right now. I can change it later if I want. And truthfully, honesty on this, I don't even know if these will work, because I pulled these parts, like this piece of plastic here, goes down in here for like the latch. Hopefully you guys are seeing that. Yeah, so this part goes like right here. I pulled all these parts out of a base model Impreza, like a 2008, 2009 Impreza base model from the junkyard. So it's not even out of a WRX, but it's the same body, different year. So we're gonna probably figure out a way to make all this work. I might need to go buy some hardware, because I tried to take as much hardware out as I could when I bought this stuff. In fact, I think there's a little baggie probably in my toolbox somewhere here where I have all that hardware, or at least some of it. But all these parts are really dusty and dirty. They've just been sitting over on some shelves. They're massively dirty. So we need to wash them all. So probably go outside, just wash them on the ground, and then bring them back inside when they're all drained and cleaned up and dressed up and everything like that. So, and even these carpets here, you can kind of see you've got some like nasty like bugs and poo and like dog hair or something on them too. So we might try and hurry and like kind of try and wash some of those down, you know, clean that up, use the extractor on it. That's what we got for the part. I'm kind of bummed that the carpet, this is black and that's gray. So I'm pretty bummed they don't match, but having a freaking floor and a pan and everything else, or having the pan covered and having all that taken care of, all these electrical parts here, you'll see these, there's like this big electrical bracket. This guy goes over these boxes and stuff. And so there's like a bolt, you can see that nut and stud right there. I'm pretty sure that's involved. So we'll have to figure it out and get a spot put up for those. But that's what we're doing right now. So let's go ahead and get this all installed and put it in the car. Technically supposed to go. Just put the spare tire and like face down like that. The outside of the tire goes in the trunk like that. And then you take this, and then all the tools sit inside the spare tire. So take the jack out. Here's that original like metal brace that was in there. I'm just gonna kind of fix in here nicely. I don't know if this is OEM or not, but I'm gonna put it in there that way, because you technically run a long bolt through here and secure all the styrofoam stuff down, like the jack and everything. I'm gonna go like this. Now I have a trick, and that is I've tied this little knot here with a little clamp, and I'm gonna take all this. Take it out to another room, and I'm going to run this little cord up like this. Okay. Like this. The reason for this, and you'll see why. Put this up here. I need to know how long of a bolt to buy, so that I don't go through my trunk pan. Okay, so it's right here. So now I can know. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mark this cord with like a little blue Sharpie. And I'll take this out. Cord back to the square, and then pull this out. Now, I know from this knot that I tied to this blue dot that that's how long my bolt needs to be, roughly, and I'm going to give it like a quick extra, maybe ½ inch, just because I've got about an inch of space between the bottom of this and the trunk pan, so I can probably give myself a little extra ½ inch or so. So now when I go to the store, I'll measure this, and then that will tell me that I've got plenty long, a long enough bolt to go through everything to secure it all to the floor. And I'll take my camera to kind of show you guys how to buy a bolt. Okay, I need to go buy, oh, there's cord right there. I need to go buy that bolt. So the key component to this is grabbing the bolt that you need to buy, like this. You want to take this bolt with you, because I know it's the right thread pitch, and it's the right pitch and size. I'm gonna go grab a second pair of keys for a different car. Well, I'm just gonna leave the Subaru here. Grab my other keys to my other daily. It's just a basic Mazda 3, it's nothing fancy. We'll rip over to the hardware store. There's one right down the road, and I think they're still open until 8. Hopefully, let me check actually. Closes at 9. Sick. I have no idea how much you guys heard. Frick me. My mic was over here on the toolbox this whole time. Well, might have had some audio problems because I left my mic on the toolbox, but essentially, if you didn't hear what I was doing, I got to put that spare tire in there, and the bolt that was in there isn't long enough for all the hardware stuff, so we're going to go buy a bolt. That's basically the long story short. I don't even know if you guys heard me about the tire information and all that. That's been going on this whole video. 5 minutes, I think. So, pretty solid. Yeah, let me go ahead and race off to the store and show you guys this. My key fob thing broke, so we got a nice fancy half key. Here's my really basic Mazda 3 interior. You know what though? I never expected this from Mazda. 204,000 miles. And this thing freaking purrs. Gets like 30. Let's check the gas mileage. Average fuel economy is like 34 miles per gallon, according to the computer. And that's at 32 miles per gallon, or 32 miles per hour, you saw. Pretty good, honestly. That's on this trip, it looks like. I think if we change the trip, nope, it doesn't change on this car. The only thing this car ever gets is oil changes and gas. This car is legit. Oof. It's a hot one out here, boys and girls, those tuning in. So I brought my tape measure in case the box doesn't say. It's been a while since I've been to the hardware. It should say how long the bolt is. Truthfully, I untied the knot, so we're gonna buy like a 3.5-inch bolt because I untied the knot before I measured it. I think that'll be fine. And then, yeah. So we'll take a quick second to kind of ask the channel what kind of stuff you guys are interested in. I don't have a lot of subscribers right now. I think I'm around 70, 72 to 79, somewhere in that range. Not a lot. So young YouTuber here, and just trying to figure out what you guys would be into. I've got some plans, don't really want to share them yet because, well, I mean, I guess I'll talk about them because it's going to be a while, but plan to get into some car flipping stuff if you guys have been interested in that. I mean, I'm going to for sure be doing that. It's kind of like another form of income that you have to be really good at that and be really safe. I've done a couple cars off camera, and I've always done really well with car flipping. I flipped a Honda CR-V and made close to like $5,500 profit. It wasn't running when I got that. Got that from my sister. I have actually footage of that. I just never posted it yet. So I may end up posting a video for that. The videoing ended up not being that great because I had a guy from Idaho come and he helped me, one of my best friends, and I just ended up not filming enough because we were trying to get it done in like a 2 or 3 day thing. So, but anyways, I did a CR-V that ended up being super profitable. And then I've done a way back in the day, I did a Volkswagen Jetta that I got for $100, and that was from my cousin because it was up in Salt Lake City, and he was just getting ticketed for it for sitting and being basically abandoned. And he was like, he wanted $200 for it. I showed up and needed a battery, and he's like, okay, we'll take $100 off because I had to go get a battery to drive it home. And they're like, oh yeah, it was a whole thing. It took me Salt Lake City from where I live. Ooh, camera down. For me, should typically only be about an hour 20 minutes, and it was like had an overheating issue, and he didn't know that. The reservoir, what it was, the reservoir was cracked, so it wouldn't hold pressure, and it was losing coolant really fast. And I drove to an O'Reilly's that was near his house, ironically, and they didn't have a reservoir for the car. So I had to like limp it home. I had bought so much coolant. At the time I didn't, so young in the cars, I didn't even know you could just put water in there. And I bought I probably spent $60 in coolant and would drive it home. It'd lose it, I'd stop, pull over, fill it up. It was such a mess. But I ended up selling that one because I got it running and driving. It needed a CV axle, changed its axle, and sold that one for like $3,000 because that's like how much it was for KBB once I fixed all the overheating stuff. And that was actually a really nice car. Those Jettas, I've never been one for German cars, but that was a good flip. So this is the key fob here. This is the carnage. There's this little black tab in here, and it's broken now. Oh, what the heck? Why is this golden? I don't know maybe it's just really weak, but okay, key fabs. Shout out Dustin. This one has Dustin Williams keychain on it. Most of my stuff is, I'm wearing the shirt and the hat. But Devin, shout out my boy Devin Emila. So I brought my measuring tape just to measure the bolt just in case. Brought the bolt, brought you guys along. And we're gonna go, what the heck? Is it raining? It is raining and all my stuff is outside getting wet. I gotta call the wife and have her run my stuff into, like, inside. That stuff that's drying outside. All right. Come back here. So first, we need to measure it. This should be metric. I'm guessing like M10 1.25. Ooh. I was wrong. Definitely M10, but is it 1.0? Okay, these might be buggered up from people using them, but it's definitely, the next way we can check is just by the drawers. Yeah, it's a 1.25. I was right on the original guess. 16 millimeter, 10 millimeter, wrong pitch. Wrong pitch, correct pitch. Too short. So, ooh. Yeah, this one's $4. This is probably where this is looking better. Too short. Come on now, fellas. 3.5. Okay. You will now have a good bolt for our spare tire setup. Before we walk off, I've done this before. You usually just need to get the price. Make sure I grab the right one. $5.79. And then I'll also, oh hey, there's a measuring on the box here. Take a picture in case they want a code now. How's it going?
Good. How
Just
are you?
Good. Just the one bolt.
Okay.
$5.79 is what the cost was.
All right. One at $5.79. $6.22.
Okay.
All right. There you go.
Thank you so much.
Have a good night.
You too. Appreciate you. Okay. Well, bolt secured. $6.22 later. It's the little things. That's pretty cheap, but can't tell you how many freaking bolts I've bought for this car. Hopefully this works. It's pretty solid. The concern is that's really tight, so we need to keep something in here. Hey guys, that last thing I was filming, wow. Yesterday, I was filming a lot of traffic on my road today for some reason. I was getting these metal pieces put in, and I took them out just because I was looking at some stuff. But essentially, we need to put those back in, and I ran to the store because I went to go buy some bolts and nuts. So $12 later, we now have hardware, just some basic stuff for getting the metal pieces in, and then we should be able to assemble the rest of the trunk. And then we're pretty much wrapped up on what was desperately needed for this car, which is to have a trunk. I mean, I don't know how many of you guys don't have trunks, Some of you probably have a lot of subwoofers, things like that, or maybe you don't have a trunk at all. But for me, I enjoy having a trunk. It's just something nice to have. Just groceries, XYZ, gym bag, stuff like that. I throw it back there. So let's go ahead and get this assembled. Shouldn't take too long, which is a good thing. So we'll get it cranked out and then show you guys a little bit of the after. So let's get it cranked out.
Got a phone call. Now the shop assistant is, I guess, checking out the diff and the rear exhaust on me here. So picked a prime spot, but I'm imagining he's gonna get up and move once I start doing this. But let's get the rest of this trunk assembled.
Well, that settles that, guys. We finally have a trunk in the Subaru. Obviously not put together because I don't have the right clips. I don't want to just like Frankenstein that thing and have all the wrong stuff. I'm gonna get on Amazon, probably order just a bunch of like 1/4-inch clips to see if I can just find the specific ones that go for it. Sometimes you can find that stuff on Amazon. So that's what I'm gonna order. That's what I'm gonna do. So that will show up obviously in a day or two. Really easy, just punch all the little push clips in and then we'll be set. So that wraps up today's video. Super appreciate you guys tuning in. Obviously, you know, as a content creator, none of this is really enjoyable or as fun unless I have you guys. So I appreciate you guys watching my videos, showing me the love and support. You know, this is a lot of fun for me. I was telling my wife, you know, I'll just be transparent on it. I just kind of was like not going through the flow and the actions of life and was just not having a lot of fun. Just kind of been a little bored and struggling with things and just kind of like my mental state on some stuff. And I just, you know, miss doing this car stuff. Just, you know, this is simple. This is just putting a trunk together, you know, nothing crazy. It costs money. I'm blessed and fortunate enough to have money, but I'm just glad to be able to get back into doing something I love, which is building cars. So we do have more coming for the car, and then we have some other things in the toolbox, some small parts. I do have more coming for the channel, and I'm just glad to be able to work on the car again and make some progress on it. It's such a small thing, but I don't know. I'm just very happy to. I've had this car since 2022. It's 2026, 4 years, and it finally has a trunk. It's kind of ridiculous to say, especially because I had this stuff sitting on the shelves in storage for, like I said, 1.5 years, maybe even 2 years. It's been a long time. So I've had these parts for forever. Never put them in because I've just never really needed the truck or used the truck. I've got my other cars here, and I keep saying truck. I think I was saying truck there. Trunk. I've got the trunk. Filter everything I just said with trunk. But essentially, happy to have this finished. Happy to have it done. It obviously looks amazing to me. The black carpet obviously doesn't match the sides that great. I mean, but truthfully, I don't mind it. Like I thought it was gonna be really bad and look really stupid, but it actually still looks pretty freaking amazing. So glad to have the trunk finished and have the floor ready for me to have and use. But as I was saying before though, it's nice to get back into this. I appreciate you guys' love and support. Thanks for tuning in, and just keep doing what you're supposed to do in life, you know, and everything will work out. So just don't quit. Don't give up on yourself. Keep fighting, and catch you in the next one.